Hello, and welcome to part one of my super challenge, long campaign, very hard Let's Play series, where I attempt to beat the hardest campaign I can devise in Rome Total War. I view myself as basically an expert on this game. I've been playing it for probably 2,500 hours. I have taken part in a lot of the early speedrunning for this game and just played casually for thousands of hours. But something I don't do very often is actually play the game without any exploits on very hard difficulty and just struggle with the game. So I decided that I want to see if I am capable of beating the hardest campaign I can think of. What would be the hardest campaign in Rome Total War? Obviously, it's going to have very hard difficulty, no battle time limit, long campaign. But as far as the factions, this is pretty interesting. Definitely not one of the three Roman countries, definitely not Egypt. Maybe something like Pontus. They have kind of mid set of units that they have available to them, but they have a pretty strong starting location, some weak enemies nearby. So I don't think that would be the most challenging. I can't think of a worse faction than the Spanish in this game. They have a couple of okay units, but their starting location is horrible. It's right between the Gauls and the Carthaginians, right by the Romans. They're up in the mountains. They can barely navigate. They have okay units, but nothing strong. So I figured if I can beat the Spanish campaign on very hard, I can do anything in Rome. So that's what we're going to try to do. I've never played as the Spanish for more than 5 minutes in the 2,500 hours I've played Rome Total War. So I don't really know what to expect, but let's give it a try.
Before my grandfather's grandfather was born, this was our land. These are good places. Our gods live here, in the trees and rivers. They watch over us. We are happy. We hunt. We love. We have families, homes, a good life. But sometimes we must fight. The Romans disturb the gods. They burn the forests. They take what is ours, wives, children, land. The Romans talk of how they will help us and protect us. They put us to sleep with golden promises. When we wake, all we had is gone, stolen. They take our sons and turn them into little Romans. Ha! So we fight to keep what is ours. What must stay ours. There can be no peace. No peace with Romans, men of stone and iron and lies. There can be only war.
Ooh, very dramatic. That is something I've always loved about Rome Total War. Very dramatic speeches, always. Alright, so let's take a look at our wonderful empire. Ooh, what is this? So, Spain starts with 4 very underdeveloped, tiny little towns that are all separated from each other by mountains and surrounded by enemies on all sides. So I'm sure this will be great. Let's take a look at the armies that we start with. So we've got an okay army down here, but really the units are horrible. Town militia. Scutarii are okay. Skirmishes, not so much. In Scalabus, ooh, it's okay. Asturica, that's probably my strongest army. But yeah, not much to write home about in any of these 4 cities. Good thing about Spain is that 3 actually, of the 4 starting cities have mines, which is really great for the economy. They each generate 200 denarii per turn, and they only cost 2,000 denarii. So I'm definitely going to get those as soon as possible in each of these starting cities. Those will pay for themselves very quickly, and we'll be able to pay for probably a full army between them. They're all up. So this is obviously very hard, which is going to be a problem because another thing about Spain is that you don't start near any rebel settlements. There's a Gallic settlement here, a Gallic settlement here, and a Carthaginian settlement here, and that's it. So we basically have to decide who we go to war with first, that we have the best chance of surviving against. In this case, I'm gonna start, I think, by attacking New Carthage down here, or Cordoba. So,
Orders?
I'm going to get together the best units from my different cities. Let's see what we have.
Orders?
These
General.
3,
Forward. Yes.
these
Orders.
5. And we're going to slowly start to get those together
March. General. March.
so that we can
Out of moves.
attack
Lord.
Cordoba.
Lord.
Now, the kind of bad units, the town militia and skirmishers in each of these cities, I'm just going to leave behind
Move.
because I want to max out the tax
Yes.
rate as much as possible
Move.
in these early
No more
rounds
moves.
to be able to pay for some things like mines in the next few turns. So, we're going to turn everything to very high if I can. That'll be fine. And we're actually going to leave this last 1,100 denarii for next turn. So I think this is a pretty strong start. Let's go ahead and deploy our spy. Get our
Honor.
diplomat to go speak to the
Yes,
Gauls.
master. Unable to move.
That's all we can do on the first turn. Okay. Could be worse. We had a negative profit of 981 denarii, but we did invest in a new set of mines. So let's go ahead and purchase another mine. Continue getting
General.
our troops
Lord.
together.
Move. No more moves.
See if we can reach the
Your
Gauls
Honor.
this turn.
Yes, my lord. I will talk
And
to
I'm
them.
hoping for map information and trade rights if possible. I would guess they'll accept because we do have 4 provinces. Yep, they do. So that's wonderful. We get confirmation on the land controlled by Gaul. And we can continue gathering our troops together to go invade
Lord. Move.
Carthaginians.
Merging armies. March. No more moves. Lord.
We'll go ahead and get them all together in case they get ambushed. So that's the last thing we can do this turn. Come next turn, we will get a little more information from the spy about what we have to face in Cordoba. So starting up with turn 3, we can finally get some more information about Carthaginians down by Cordoba. So 2 units, oh, that's easy. I wonder if they have any other armies around here.
Orders.
I actually have never really played in this area. I don't play much as Carthage, but I don't really know what units they spawn with around here. Maybe we'll
Can't
get some
be
more
done.
information as we
Move
come
out.
from
No more moves.
east. No.
Forward. Lord.
So
March.
we
No
shall
more
see.
moves.
Now,
Sir.
I guess before we invade
I
them,
will
we
talk
could try and get
No
map
more
information
moves.
and trade rights off of Carthage. May as well while they're here. Hopefully we won't be running into them for a while. Let's review the different cards. That's good. +3 influence. Wow. This is actually a pretty strong diplomat. For age 21, this early in the game, this guy will be useful. So we completed our first set of mines in Carthago Nova, and we can see here we're getting 200 income per turn. incredible. So let's go ahead and grow Carthago Nova with a Warlord's Holds. Another pretty uneventful turn. Definitely making some good income now. Ooh, Carthage has other enemies. This is good. I think this is the end of turn 3. Let's see what turn 4 holds. Alright.
Sir,
Can't quite reach them this turn for
out of
diplomacy.
moves. Lord, forward. Unable to move.
And we don't have enough
Move
gold
out.
for purchasing another set of mines. So we won't do that. However, we do need to be aware of rebels, because on very hard difficulty, rebel armies will besiege your cities. So that's concerning. I'm going to send some troops up
General,
to Carthago
General.
Nova.
Chief,
Maybe all
Yes.
of these troops.
march.
Just to reinforce
No more
Osca if we have
moves.
time.
Move.
We'll put some more troops in Carthago Nova to avoid having that taken. And so we've discovered the rest of the Carthaginian forces. Nothing too strong. The Balearic slingers could be a bit of a problem, so we'll have to get those cavalry sometime. But yeah, this army is not too
Orders.
scary. Since I have 2 generals here, I'm not too worried about it.
At your
Let's
service,
check out Cordoba
spy.
with our spy. 32% chance that we can open the gates if we attack is pretty strong. So
Yes, Lord.
I'm pretty confident about taking Cordoba in the next 2 turns. So we completed our second set of mines of Osca. Hopefully we are not about to lose Osca. But yep, we're getting that 200 mining income per turn, which is just incredible. Let's build one more unit of town militia here. And I believe that is the end of the turn. Nothing else to really look at. It's nice that we are profitable when we're not constructing a lot of buildings. Let's see what the next turn holds.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and talk to the Carthaginians. See if we can get map information and trade rights off of them. We've actually not transgressed on their land at all, because they stopped us over here. So they shouldn't have anything against us. We'll see. They're happy with that.
Yes.
Pleased to see that we did not
Forward.
lose
No
Osca.
more moves.
I'm gonna build one more unit here. How much does this cost? Yeah, this is definitely worth it. Just to dissuade this rebel army from invading if possible. And
General,
I'm gonna go ahead and move my army in
move.
to
No more
Carthaginian
moves.
land here. I'm curious whether this Carthaginian army will respond and try to stop my army from attacking Cordoba. Or if
General.
they'll maybe attack Matuginus over here. But honestly, I'm okay with not reuniting my armies, since more than half of the Carthaginian force in southern Spain is tied up just sitting over here with my army. I'm okay with that. Looking at our construction report, we now have upgraded Carthago Nova, the Warlord's Hold. I don't think there's anything we want to purchase immediately. And in Osca, we do have the fresh set of walls, so we don't get invaded immediately by this Relao. Let's take a look at the end of turn report, and that's not bad given that we did some construction. We lost 8 denarii that turn. I'll take it. Ooh. So, Carthage did not respond, surprisingly, to me bringing my army close to Cordoba. So,
Yes.
I take that as a win. Since we do have a
Awaiting
spy
your
in the
command.
city, we do have a pretty high chance of just knocking gates down and taking the city. So
Yes,
I'm going to kind
my
of
lord.
use my diplomat as a
Yes,
spy,
my lord.
see if
At
there are any
once.
other armies.
Yes,
about.
master. No more
But-
moves.
Doesn't
Yes.
look like it. So, we can go ahead and invade Cordoba, and let's see how lucky we get with this spy roll.
Attack!
Yes, attack neutral faction.
Besieging settlement.
Fantastic. So we actually got lucky, got that 32% chance of just knocking down the gates without any siege equipment. going against Theophanes, who honestly seems like a decent general. They'll be sad to lose him. He's got decent influence, only 23 years old, but fortunately for him, he will not live long.
The gods know that we did not look for this war. The gods
Yes, we
know.
did. Yes, we did. The gods know. Alright, so since there are only 2 units in there, we can actually attack from multiple angles at once, which is what I'm planning here. So,
Scutari.
let's get our Scutari, which are basically Hastati from the Roman factions. Scutari are pretty similar to that. They have swords, shields, and javelins. So we're going to have them on fire at will mode. And let's get them nice and close to this set of gates. They will kind of march in the front. Through this side gate, we will send... Let's do one of the general's bodyguards. Here.
Forward. Move out.
And then we'll also assign 2 units of round shield cavalry to loop around and hit the back gate of the town. Since with the spy having a successful role on opening the gates, all of the gates to the city will be open, and they won't be able to defend all of them since they only have 2 units. So let's jump over here on this side, do the same thing, set 2 units of round shield cavalry to attack this gate. And we'll leave the general, for morale purposes, with the Scutari here, just in case they have heavy resistance from the general inside. So, I think we're ready. Let's get started with the first battle. And it looks like they have not really made an effort to defend any of the gates, which is great for me. So we'll go ahead and take the front gates with the Scutari and the general.
Forward.
Now, normally I play these battles super fast, no regard for anything. But this is very hard, and we don't want to waste a lot of Denarii retraining these troops after battle. So ideally, we don't want to lose a bunch of troops in this battle. Alright, so let's go ahead and move our units of Scutari inside the city, and we're going to set them up in this kind of position here where they'll be able to fire javelins into the side of any unit that charges.
Our
at
warriors have taken the walls! Now the streets will run with blood!
And looks like they're not responding, which is great for us. So we'll get them set up with their javelins, and we'll bring the general close for morale purposes, obviously. Now, over here, we can go ahead and start routing this unit of cavalry to go around the city, hit those back gates. And now that they've reached the back gates, we can go ahead and pause the game and all at once seize the 3 remaining gates to the city.
Cavalry.
Hopefully they will not be encouraged to charge any of these contingents, because they would be outnumbered.
March with all haste.
And let's resume. See how they respond with units coming from all sides. So we've seized all the other gates, and no reaction from the defenders, so that's great. Looks like they're just going to defend on the plaza, which is wonderful for us. So let's push these units slowly up. Not that slowly, up and on. As the cavalry are getting settled at all of these gates, we want them to be prepared for a charge to the center of the city. So we will get them set up in long lines. Prepared for a charge. when the time is right. I don't want them to waste time figuring out whatever the hell this is. And I'm just going to keep an eye on the units in the center, make sure that they don't start chasing any units of light cavalry, so that would not be
General! Forward!
Okay, I believe everyone's ready. Let's go ahead and get the general in this game.
Orders completed, great lord!
Perfect. Looks like everyone's ready. Make sure everyone's fresh. Warmed up. That's fine for cavalry. They'll stay warmed up forever. They're the ones that had to go around the city. So, let's pause again. We'll bring our units a little closer.
Move out! Forward!
And get ready for the charge.
Cavalry!
So we're bringing all these units just a little closer, walking them in.
Cavalry! Forward!
Kind of fiddly to get these units to sit in here. Come on now. No? Here? Good enough. We'll take it.
Forward!
And we will have these Scutari sprint, so they keep up with the rest of the army. If they're going to charge the defenders, I'd like them to charge into the Scutari, because they're going to be the toughest troops. Move our general up slowly.
March!
And now that they're nice and surrounded,
Scutari!
let's make sure everyone's keeping pace. Perfect. Ooh, I would not like to be them. Let's bring the Scutari into range, but disable their fire at will mode, just so that everyone can be prepared. Set them sprint, so they're ready for battle.
Guard position!
They're almost in range here. We've got some response from the enemy general's bodyguard, so we may have to act quickly here. Looks like they're charging after these 2 units of light cavalry, which isn't ideal. So what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and charge with javelins at this unit of light cavalry here. Send these 2 units of light cavalry after the general and attack the light cavalry here with this general on the other side. And let's see how... Alright, looks like the general's been diverted, which is perfect. We'll hit them in the back with the round shield cavalry, and then let's take a look at the progress. Oh, this is not going well. See, this is why I should have brought the general with, for morale reasons. We've already lost 1 unit of Scutarii. Let's see how we're doing as far as damage on this general. 40, but dropping quick. Wavering. Yeah, they're great.
You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Yeah, slaughtered that whole unit.
Orders completed, great lord!
And let's check on this unit of light cavalry here. 16 of them left. Nothing to worry about. We'll just have everyone converge.
Victory is the reward of warriors. Great victories like this
Fun
go
detail
only to the best.
about the Spanish is this little error where their general is always wearing Britannia clothing. Always wearing blue while the rest of the army wears brown. Alright, so first battle could have gone better. We lost 191 troops. But for very hard, that's not horrible. And especially for a city breach, we'll take it.
Victory! Settlement captured!
Now we have our 3 options of occupy, enslave, or eliminate. We're going to occupy. This city is basically culturally Spanish. We'll just need to knock down the Shrine to Baal and everything. So, the public order right now has a big culture penalty, but once we get this new level of city purchased, that'll go away as well. We're actually decent on public order. No need to purchase this Warlord's Hold quite yet, so I will actually go ahead and purchase 1 more set of mines up in Asturica for another 200 denarii per turn. we're going to have to converge the two armies to take out this little generalist army.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is combine these troops
General.
and take the strongest fighters. Let's see what we've got here, if anyone has any morale bonuses. Got a famous warrior on Viriathus. Oranius. We have no impact on morale, so we'll go ahead and take
General.
Viriathus as our leader for this
Orders.
next
Yes.
battle.
Chief. Yes.
All these
Move
troops,
out.
and
Generals.
Looks like that was too much for public order. Bring the tax rate down, and we're fine in Cordoba. So
General.
we can go ahead and come over here,
Forward.
slaughter
No
this
more
last
moves.
Carthaginian army, and the Carthaginians will have lost their foothold in Spain. Let's take a look at our announcements for the turn. Yeah, this is that famous warrior. +1 morale for all troops on the battlefield is the key benefit for this retinue. That's super powerful if you don't know how fighting works in Rome Total War. There are two different stats. One is command, one is morale. Command is only useful for auto-resolving battles. So since I'll be fighting all of these battles manually, I don't care about command at all, which is kind of deceptive. The game seems to think that command is very important for selecting who is the leader in an army with multiple generals. But I will definitely be prioritizing the general with the highest morale for any battles, because morale keeps the troops from breaking. So, you know, the issue with that battle in Cordoba was this unit of Scutarii who broke against that general and lost 100 soldiers. That won't happen as often if you have higher morale, so that's why we're using Viriathus. Hopefully,
Yes.
he'll pick up more
General.
morale-related traits later in the game. Let's take a look at our financials. Looking a little better now. We are making 400 per turn in mining, and that's going to increase after this turn, since Cordoba actually has mines as well. This is, I would say, the one great thing about the economy in Spain. There's a lot of mining. I think 4 of my cities now have mines, which after this is completed in Asturica, we'll be making 800 denarii per turn from just the mines in these different cities. Whereas most cities on the map don't have mines. So that's wonderful. Now I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this city, Osca. Now it's got a fairly strong army. It would still struggle against Adorta the Celtiberi, the Celtiberi, just because he is a general. So let's still hope he doesn't attack. But at least we do have a strong defending force here in Osca now.
Orders.
So this is interesting. He's moving to attack Viriathus, and actually I'm okay with that. Since Viriathus is on the river here, river defenses can actually be pretty effective places to defend against an attacking army. So, you know, I'm okay with that. I might let that happen. I will go ahead and purchase 1 unit of Balearic Slingers, because they have Balearic Slingers in this army, and they're just really nasty. They do 11 damage per shot, they have a ton of ammunition, they're fast moving, so they can pretty easily skirmish away if they're chased down by other light and heavy infantry. So I just don't want to have the disadvantage and not have any defense against ranged units. I will say that's kind of a disadvantage of playing as Spain. You don't get very many strong archer types. Let's take a look at the end of turn report. We profited a good amount, 1,081 denarii this turn, since we had just 2,000 construction. This is pretty good. This means our economy is definitely getting stronger. I'm happy with that. We have some denarii to spend, so we can take a look at potential upgrades. Let's see. What do we need most? Ooh, we have a Roman invasion already. That's brutal. That's not what we want to see. Definitely not good that Rome is already considering invading. we're definitely going to want to invest in another unit of town militia here. They're not going to do very well against the Roman troops. This is a pretty poor Roman troop. They have attack of 3, defense of 7. And let's take a look at our equivalent, which is the town militia. Attack of 3, defense of 7. So about equal. Looks like we have a similar number of troops, and we just have to hope that they don't have any Hastati, which would pretty easily shred through town militia in Osca. I'm actually going to divert these 3 units to go defend Osca, because I don't want to lose that. Definitely
General!
not to the Romans.
General!
I'm
General!
going to take these 3 units of cavalry
Leaving the army.
and reunite
Forward!
with Osca.
Ready to
Hopefully
ambush.
it's not too late
Unable to
to
move.
get there.
Chief.
But we'll go ahead and send this unit of Scutarii
March!
to
Yes.
Viriathus. We're here to deal with the Carthaginians. I'm thinking this Warlord's Hold would be a good investment now, just so we can get some upgrades maybe to mines in the future. Cordoba, this is a nice growing city, so I'd like to get that up to a Warlord's Hold, the next level of city. And I'm thinking we'll just keep the rest of the Nari, it's 1500 for next turn. I'm sure we'll need it for something. And let's go ahead and build roads in Osca, just to speed up the progression of the armies getting up there. Same thing with Carthago Nova. If we just build roads connecting these two, it will decrease the number of turns that it takes to get there. Hopefully.
We're surrounded.
So, yeah, super unfortunate that they're already attacking. We do hopefully get a look at the Roman army here by just pretending that we're in south.
Kill them.
Oh, wow. We have almost no hope of winning this battle. Yeah, Hastati, these are super strong early game infantry. They have heavy armor, double the armor of my town militia. They have projectiles, 3 Pila, which deal 12 damage each. Looks like they also brought archers, which are deadly in the early game. So definitely not going to sally forth and do battle right now. We have almost no hope of keeping Osca, but we are definitely gonna
General!
try. I'm thinking next turn we're going to need to purchase these Scutarii Spanish mercenaries, just to hopefully go toe-to-toe with Stadi that they brought. Not going to do it yet because they actually don't have the same number of movement points, so it would slow us down and potentially stop us from fighting the Romans next turn. So we're good on this front. We're just going to hope that this is enough to stop this Roman army. So looks like the Carthaginians are flanking Cordoba, not wanting to fight this army on the bridge, which is definitely smart for them. That's okay. We will hopefully get them to fight maybe up on this hill. Hopefully they'll come back and fight us here. So we finished the mines in Asturica. Now we're making 200 gold per turn. 300 gold per turn here. Wow. So that's wonderful. A lot of money. That will quickly pay for itself. I don't think there's anything we need to purchase here at this time. Let's take a look at public order. Yeah, most of this negativity is the tax penalty. So we can always lower that if we need to. No need to purchase anything at this time. We're going to save our denarii because we will need to purchase some mercenaries next turn. Let's take a look at the finances. Another strong turn. We made a little bit of profit. Love to see that. And the majority of that's coming from taxes. Mining is also 1,000 denarii per turn. That's wonderful. Interesting. Yeah, this army is just kind of going off into the wilderness, which I'm happy with. We'll let them do their thing. I'm not going to voluntarily start a fight with my only army over here. Something I'd like to invest in at this point would be maybe a couple of towers around here, just so we have visual on what's going on with this Gallic town. I really have no idea what Gaul is doing with their
Leaving
forces.
the army.
Move
So
out.
we'll place a watchtower here.
Build tower.
Okay, that's good. I'd love to see that. Let's get this army nice and close
Forward.
to the Roman army. Recruit a couple of mercenaries. which we hopefully won't have to use too much because they do have poor morale. But they're decent troops. Melee attack of 7, missile of 11, armor, total defense of 12. That's comparable to the Hastati. Sitting on this bridge, if the Romans attack Osca, will this army be drawn into it or not? If so, I would definitely keep my troops in Osca, but I'm just not sure. I'm thinking it might be wise to attack the Roman army, trap them from both sides, and hopefully just by sheer numbers we can overrun the Romans, cause a break, and win this battle. Ooh, this is interesting. So we have a new 16-year-old general. His name is Ambon, and he has a wonderful trait, Axebit. This man is best pointed towards the enemy and unleashed. His untamed axe rage will do the rest. +1 morale for all troops in the battle. Wonderful. Love to see that. He should end up being a pretty decent general when he's got a chance.
Move out!
I might send
more
him
moves.
out to
Orders.
lay some towers now.
Forward!
Since
No
he's not
more
really doing
moves.
anything in Cordoba.
General!
Let's take a look at our construction report. Ooh. We did the next level of city for Cordoba. It's now a large town. So we've got a few new things that we could build. Not so sure about this. Oh, this is a really interesting religious building. This is the Sacred Grove of Isus, which has some, you know, basic religious building effects, but enables the training of naked fanatics. They have very strong attack, great morale, great stamina, but they charge without orders. They're kind of crazy guys. So you use the war cry. They're apparently quite strong. I'm tempted to go ahead and purchase this now since we have some spare denarii. I'd like to get some more unique units. So yeah, let's go ahead and build the Sacred Grove.
Yes, master. Out
Battle
of moves.
of Osca.
Orders.
Hopefully, this will not be a disaster.
Destroy!
Okay, so we have Matudgenus and Captain Gabriel against Captain Augustus. I'm a little concerned because the majority of the troops are with Captain Aruki in Osca, and they don't have a general. So they're going to have some horrible morale. They definitely should not be the frontline troops. The frontline troops should be these Spanish mercenaries with the general Matudgenus' army. But yeah, that's not the case. So we'll just have to hope that this goes well.
Await my orders!
Alright, so this army, actually true to the battle map, is we're coming in from the south, and the other army should spawn in directly to the north, at the top of the map, and sandwich the Julii. It doesn't always work out that way, but it should. So that's what we're going to bank on. So the enemy are definitely going to be a pretty broad line. Hopefully we're able to regroup the two armies before the battle starts, but we might not be able to.
Iberian infantry.
Let's get a nice line here of Spanish mercenaries, our best troops. How do we want to do this?
Units, forward!
Maybe
Mercenary infantry.
Spanish mercenaries
Iberian infantry.
on the flanks, and
Mercenaries.
some barbarian mercenaries in the middle there. So hopefully the idea is that we'll throw some
Mercenary infantry.
javelins in from the side and do damage to the middle. We'll see.
Cavalry.
We're gonna have cavalry on the flank just in case we get flanked, and then
General.
I would love to have these two generals just be out here as a strike force, just attacking the flank. But I don't think that's safe just because morale is going to be such an issue in this battle, so we're going to have the general, proper gold star general who has the morale bonuses, sit directly behind
Forward.
these.
March.
And then,
General.
yeah, we'll bunch up the two remaining units of cavalry as kind of a shock force.
Mercenary infantry.
And they can work together to hopefully cause a break on one side of this battle.
Spanish mercenaries.
Hopefully we don't get flanked on this side without any cavalry, so we're going to go ahead and kind of angle the mercenaries this way. And I think that looks good. Let's start the battle and see what happens. Perfect.
New warriors have arrived on the field. Send them to kill the enemy.
New warriors have arrived on the field. Love to see that. And they're not controlled by the AI, which is wonderful. Now, unfortunately, it looks like the Julii are going to try and engage reinforcements first. So that's going to be great. Let's take a look at what's happening. Yeah, it looks like they're ready to fight now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the best lineup that I can. Let's go ahead and pause this and set up for some kind of a defense. So this is our general. He's not really a general, but he should have some morale bonus just from being the commander of this army. We're going to put him right here in the center of our line.
Forward!
And just bunch up our troops around him. So let's put 2 units right here. Unit right here, in front of the general, just to protect him. 2 units right here. And then, let's see. We'll have a unit on the flank over here.
On our way!
Put 2 skirmishers right behind the front line, just so they can get some shots in. We'll turn off this skirmish mode, just so they don't run away in the middle of the fight. And let's have everyone run to get to their positions. Let's see if this is good enough. And let's check on these units over here. Okay, looks like the Julii are kind of turning around now. That's good. So, we actually might want to not draw up that close to them. Let's go here for now. We don't want to start the fight prematurely. Alright, let's take a look over here. This is a pretty good lineup. We'll bunch this as one.
Awaiting your command.
And let's move them up. So when they move, they lose their camouflage. And I'm guessing the Julii will react. It's like they want to start the fight with the main army first, so that's okay with me. Let's have everyone run to their positions. Prepare for battle. I like this, that we're kind of closing in on both sides. It's not going to be good for the morale of the Julii. Let's see what's happening here. Looks like they're sending maybe 1 unit of Hastati to fight. Interesting. They might be going for a flank? Kind of unclear here. Yeah, it looks like they want to... Interesting. They want to kind of engage both armies? I'm tempted to just charge this unit of Hastati because it's isolated. And has the general in the unit. If we can kill this unit, this will definitely cause issues for their morale. And then maybe we can clean up these archers with cavalry. This might be a pretty quick battle, but I'm not going to rush into it with this army since they have the morale issues. Where are they headed to? Yeah, that's too far forward. Let's line them up right here.
Units.
And let's see here. We'll push up the main army to about there. Yeah, we just want to slowly sandwich this Roman army between 2 halves of my army.
Units, run!
Alright, let's take a look at what's happening here. They seem to want to fight the main army at this point, which is... Alright, let's just sprint this aggressive position
Units,
right here.
Move out!
Let's get out.
Units, run!
Surprised the archers aren't firing yet. There they are. Okay, they are firing. So. This is the start of the battle. Let's see if our mercenaries are throwing back. Yep. It's like we're getting ready to. Let's see what's happening here. So we've got a charge coming in from these Hastati. We're already losing some morale over here.
Mercenaries! Iberian infantry!
Let's see if we can get an early break. So what we're going to do is have this unit run up here.
Move, march!
And we'll have these 2 units that are lying in wait run up here as well. We want to just surprise this unit of Town Watch and kill them as quickly as possible.
Mercenaries!
Hopefully this unit can survive on its own. Let's send the reinforcements in immediately. So what we're going to do is have these 2 units. Let's go ahead and stop everyone so I can see who I've told to move. So let's take you and just charge into the rear of this Hastati. You charge into the rear of this Hastati. You kind of want the rest of these troops to go for the general. Let's do that. That'll distract the army sufficiently. We've got 2 units coming in the flank, just attacking the rear of these units, which should cause some morale issues. And hopefully this will work wonderfully. Let's go ahead and do the war cry here to give a little boost against the town militia, or the town watch. Let's see what's happening. So, yeah, it looks like we got a load of javelins in. We've killed a good amount of Hastati already. Everything looks fine. Let's tell these 3 units to load.
Double time!
How are we doing? Okay, we're shaking. Let's go ahead and use our rally.
Come back, cowards!
Beautiful. We already have a break here. So these Town Watch have broken,
General!
Which really will help.
Mercenaries!
So I'm going to push these mercenaries off to kill this Town Watch. And let's go ahead and see if we can get a break going with these 3 units just charging in over here.
Units! Charge! Units! Charge!
To attack these Hastati. And we'll have the general push forward and attack this unit of Hastati. Hopefully, since they see this unit routing, they will also rout soon. Over here, how are we doing? Steady. We have 125 here versus 117, so this is a pretty evenly matched fight. Let's see how the rest of this goes. We're just going to crawl this forward. Made contact over here. Let's check out. So everyone here seems to be eager. We've got 1 unit that's shaken, which is not great. But this unit is outnumbered 6-1, so hopefully it breaks soon. Let's go ahead and get this town militia just directly behind the Hastati. Hopefully that will cause a break. How are you 2 doing? Wonderful. All right, we've got nice break here. 2 units, 1 unit of Hastati and 1 unit of Town Watch are broken here. This unit will break soon as well. General! And this will just be a total slaughterfest. So we're actually going to send this Town Watch is no longer needed right here. So let's send them over here, attack the Roman archers, get them to stop firing. These 3 units will attack here. Get the general to finish up these Hastati that haven't yet broken. And these barbarian mercenaries will continue running down this town watch. Looks good to me. So over here, we've got a couple units that are shaken. So let's see. Yeah, we don't have a war cry or anything that increases morale. So hopefully this, we don't get any breaks over here. So everyone seems to be pretty much shaken. Oh, steady all around. This is good. And the enemy is shaken, so definitely the morale advantage is ours here. Oh yeah, this is wonderful. Almost the entire army is routed at this point. This unit is wavering. They're about to rout as well. So here we want to really make sure that we clean up as many of these enemies as possible. Make sure they don't escape. So let's see. These skirmishers aren't super useful right now, so let's have them actually just chase down these units that are broken. Just clean them up. Just get some kills on them if possible.
General! Wipe them out!
Alright.
Militia! With all haste!
Alright, let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, everyone's eager. A couple units are maybe a little shaken. For the most part, this battle is over. And now we've got them circles, attack from the rear. They should see all their fleeing. So they're wavering. Yeah, they're one step away. And the battle. So at this point, the objective is just kill everyone in the battle. Let's make sure that we're not going to let all these troops escape. Yeah, I don't think we have anything fast enough over here this time.
General!
So let's have this general hunt down.
Wipe them out!
Spanish mercenaries.
Cavalry!
And these round shield cavalry can hunt down. This is not
Attack
even sure.
quickly!
This is
General!
brutal. Yeah, they are just about to break here. I'm surprised how long they've held out. This shows just how brutal and very hard difficulty is. They haven't broken here, so we're 7 hours. Yeah, jeez. This is just how dangerous the units are. They're doing a lot of damage. Look how many are. Brutal. Alright, let's check on the status of hunting down all these troops.
General!
Yep, General's almost caught up with these Hastati. We just need to get over 95% of the enemy killed, and then the whole army will despawn. So we're almost there. 87% of the enemy have been killed. And let's take a look. Jeez, this is crazy. Just drive everyone in there. See if we can cause a break. They might not like the cavalry. Wow, they're only shaking. There we go. Wavering.
The enemy warlord is dead, slain by your brave warriors.
And that's the end of the battle. Should be. And now they get mown down because they're in the middle of a crowd.
This is no longer a battle. This is a
Perfect.
hunt. No, a coward chase.
So at this point, I could just end the battle, but we have the opportunity to continue the battle and get a few more
Awaiting
kills.
your
We need fight no more. The enemy are in full flight.
It's crazy
and the victory is yours.
Even in that battle over here, one of my units broke. That just shows how deadly the Hastati are. See how many we lost here. Ooh. Brutal. Casualties sustained, over 100 in some of these units. But we did a lot of damage. We killed a whole army of Julii, and we didn't lose
We
Osca,
shall
which is
roll.
wonderful. So that's a huge win for me.
Orders!
Absolutely thrilled to see that. Oh, those casualties are rough, though. Definitely harmed the population to lose that many troops, because they will need to be retrained at some point, but oh well, is what it is. And we got a little confident commander out of Matugenius. I think that's deserved. You did very well, sir. And wow, look at that. Profits for last turn, 2,777 denarii. So definitely getting a hold of the economy a little bit now that we've got all these mines going, got some trade between the cities. Absolutely love to see it. So next we might turn our attention to Numantia. Maybe take that city. We'll see. I think that's a great place to end this episode, though. We've knocked the Carthaginians out of southern Spain. We've fought off the first wave of attack from the Romans. There will be many more where that came from. That is their strongest starting army, so definitely pleased to have fought them off successfully. And next episode, we will potentially take on the Gauls in Numantia. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll try to get these episodes out as quickly as possible. Might end up being about once a week, but hopefully faster than that. I'll see you next time. Thank you.